example, we now have more competitors than ever before. They're global. They're everywhere. And that makes us more substitutable. The customer has more information and can, therefore, know about all the things that are available. So all those things make us more substitutable all the time. And of course, we introduce new products. We try to put value add to our products. We do all the things to make us more unique, but the market forces are stronger. Now, here is why this is so important. If you are unique, the way you sell is 100% different from if you're substitutable. If you're unique, life is very simple. You're selling because your product has so much value in it that no one else has this value. So the job of the salesperson is to communicate to customers what a great product you've got. And because the product has so much value, once the customer hears about the product, they buy. Now, that's fine. That's what we could call the better mousetrap theory. We make a better mousetrap and the world comes. But what do you do if your mousetrap is just one of 1,000 ways to kill mice? You go to the customer and we say, we have this mousetrap, and the customer says, everybody has a mousetrap. All I want is dead mice, cheap. That's a different sale. And what we have to do there is we have to add value when we sell. We have to create value, not communicate value, because the business model has changed. So, for example, in the old model, we're just creating the product. It has a lot of value. Sales communicates the value, and we make sales. So the job of sales in the past was value communication, showing to customers that we were better than competitors. Today, there are so many mousetraps that the job has changed. We just have one way to kill mice. And so there's not enough value in our mousetrap, and the job of selling has got to add more value. So selling is value creation, not value communication. Now, those are simple words, but they're talking about a very big shift. Here's the problem. In most sales forces around the world, most salespeople are still value communicators. They believe their job is showing the customer what a good mousetrap we have. And they're failing. In every marketplace, they're failing. There are two important things to say about value. The first thing is, it is the customer who decides the value, not the product. So this bottle of water has a lot of value if I'm thirsty and I want a drink. But if I don't want a drink, it has no value. It's the same bottle, but the value is how useful it is to the person who buys it. The second thing is value has two components. The first component are the benefits you get, and the second component is the cost you pay. So, for example, this bottle of water, if I'm thirsty and it costs me $2, that's good, because the benefit of taking away my thirst is worth $2. So I got more than I paid. If it was $2,000, I would have to be very thirsty before I bought it. So we're always looking for value when the benefits exceed the cost. And what that means is that there are two ways in which we can create customer value when we sell. We can increase the benefits, or we can decrease the cost. They're both ways of creating customer value. Perhaps the most useful thing that you can take away from this session is a very simple question. that you should ask your salespeople all the time. If one of your salespeople is going to make an important call to a major customer, talk to them before the call and say, why would the customer write you a check for the call that you are going to make? And if they don't have a good answer, they don't create value, they're a talking brochure. You need to have your people making the kind of sales calls where the customer would be so pleased that they would write a check. So what do customers want? Well, customers are interested in information, but not information about products. They like information about the industry and about trends. When we did this survey, many customers said to us, the reason why I would write a check for this salesperson is this salesperson knows what my competitors are doing. They tell me news about what's happening. I hear new things from them. So customers still want information, they just don't want information about your products. Up above that, customers valued salespeople who they thought were their advocate. They'd say, I write a check for this salesperson because if they say that they will get a delivery next Tuesday, they will make it happen. They're looking after my interests. This is perhaps one reason why research shows that the best salespeople are usually fighting their own company, because they're representing customers all the time. And customers see value in that. It's a way to create value. But the number one way to create value, the most important thing, is this. We can create value by problem solving and customizing solutions. This has become the new selling. The job of the salesperson is to solve a customer problem. That's the most common way of creating value. What does selling effectively really mean? Well, it means things like this. For example, if you select only the best opportunities, you can double your sales, literally. And this is becoming a major issue worldwide. The most successful companies in hard times go after fewer pieces of business in more depth. The unsuccessful companies do it the other way. So over-resourcing best opportunities is the mantra. And understanding customers in more depth is part of selling effectively. Selling is no longer about persuasion. It's about understanding. You can't solve a customer's problems and create value if you don't understand the customer in depth, which involves listening and creativity. Those are the skills of selling today. If I were to give you one piece of good advice, my piece of good advice would be this. If you wouldn't try to make this sale in good times, never try to make it when times are bad. I think this should be written on the wall of every sales manager's office.